20 years ago, if you told me I had to camp in a van, the first word that comes to mind is compromise. Well, I've got Nick here from Winnebago, and the B vans are the hottest on the market right now. And this Solis is probably the hottest of the hottest, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Tell me a little bit about it.
So the Solis is that 19-foot van that could sleep 4 people. And that is huge, right? Because again, sleeping in a van down by the river has become a real thing in this industry.
So you can sleep 4, 2 down the bottom, 2 up the top.
Yep.
And tell me a little bit about how it's kind of set up for boondocking and maybe all weather.
Great. So again, we wanted to emphasize our surf to slope philosophy. And what that means is that I could use this all season long, right? I have my fresh water tank above the floor. I have my fresh water lines above the floor. I also have heating pads on our gray tanks. So there's so much to really point out to our customers when they're looking at the Solis. So of course, this is the Solis 59P with the option of the National Park. And I'm gonna take you around the exterior of the coach. And so the one thing I wanna point out, it's gonna come in bright white, but look how beautiful that mountainous theme is. So it's giving it a real distinct exterior look. It's gonna definitely stand out when you're driving down the road. But I also wanna point out these Goodrich All-Terrain tires. And what's the benefit? The benefit is actually that you're gonna get more traction when you're driving down gravel roads. But I also like to point out is actually the sidewalls here are 20% tougher. I live here in the state of Florida, and for some reason we always have construction on our highways. So you think about all of those road nails and screws that could possibly get there. So that's gonna help eliminate some of those screws hitting those sidewalls. But what you don't see are actually the Sumo Springs that we add on here that's a standard as well. And the benefit of that is going to help our customers have a more stable drive. You don't get as much sway when you're turning into those parking lots or in those corners. But also, I like to point out is that you're not going to feel that weight when you're pressing on the brakes, the weight feeling over the top of you. It's going to help eliminate that as well. What also comes with this 59P on this National Park Foundation is this Overland Drawer System. Now, I love this because this was a voice of customer thing. We saw our customers adding it on, so we wanted to do it too, make it an easy button. But I love the customize, you can customize the gear space here. These dividers come completely out, but what I love is how strong and robust these drawer guides are. So each drawer guide could hold up to 500 pounds. And as you can see, this thing isn't breaking. It's not going anywhere. It's the quality that's built within our product and the testing that goes within our product. So again, we wanted to really enhance the outdoor living space. So we can have this small shelf that pops right up. But think about it. I went on a fishing trip all day, right? And now I can fillet my fish and I have my, my water hook up here. I can fillet it, I can clean it here, but then I also can have a small burner here and cook it. Again, really enhancing the outdoor living space. And also that will come with this package as well will be this the Solis bag. So you'll see this in our other product, in our Solis pocket. So we wanted to really just give some more space and utilize this area with also a MOLLE panel attached to it. If you don't know what a MOLLE panel what MOLLE stands for, it's actually a modular lightweight load carrying equipment panel. We saw that the US and British armies were using it to hold up their tactical gear, and we said, you know what, why not? So some interior features that's changed from the Solis National Park is going to be a few things. And what I want to point out is that all the countertops are actually topographical matte. It just gives it a different look and a different feel. You know, we went away from that old black insert, and now this is actually a dry erase board and as well as a magnetic board. Now, visualize this, right? I'm going camping all day and I need my checklist to know what I need to set up or what I need to get at the grocery store. I could easily have a dry erase board and I can mark it directly here on the refrigerator. A few other things. This is a really cool mat for me. This is really awesome because now it's easy to clean the interior of the coach. We're not getting rocks and dirt on the outside or from the outside into the inside. Now we can easily remove this and dump it completely out. But also, one little thing is that it's going to help keep the cold off the floor in the mornings. So this will just help with that. Another thing that we'll point out as well, I'm going to pull out our privacy curtain that goes along the front of the coach. Now, this is really, really thick and help with the insulation. Because of course, when you have a cab, you're going to lose a little bit of insulation or your power consumption. So with this, it's actually really thick, just to really keep a lot of the heat inside of a coach. But also, I want to point out is that this specific shade, since we make this in-house, the testing that we did, this will allow only 0.05% of light in, so it makes it a true blackout shade. And lastly, that comes with this Solis 59P under the National Park Edition is going to be these really cool blackout shades. Now, I want to point out is that we embroidered, they're in our Stitchcraft facility, they're in Forest City, Iowa, is a small little beach theme on this side, and it goes all the way around the coach, and on the driver's side, or excuse me, on the passenger side, it goes to a mountainous theme. And what that does is emphasizing our surf to slope philosophy, making this a true all seasons capability coach.
Like I said before, normally the B vans compromise. Man, look at all this space.
No, you're right. And that's where this 19-foot van, we could put tons of gear, tons of stuff that we can have our customers put in here. So, you know, our customers want to live that outdoor lifestyle. They want the outdoor experience, the RV experience, and being able to have their bikes or, you know, their skis or their snowboards. So with this bed that comes up, there's tons and tons of gear that can fit back here.
Well, I'm going to steal the old line. This is not your grandfather's Winnebago, is it?
No, it's not. And it's come a long way, right? You know, those chieftains, those braves that are still rolling down the road, but we listen to our customers and we see what we need to do to check their boxes. And so this is where the Solis came in.
Yeah. Well, normally in the old days, you think of a B van and it was shag carpeting and a fiberglass cut top, but man, this has come a long way.
We've come a long way from those old Volkswagen pop tops, right? So this is a great coach to have.